Another Brick fan here with the latest collectible minifigure series. This is Marvel. There are 12 of these minifigures in this series. I've got 12 bags here, and I'm going to go through and feel these all out as I went through them in the store, and I believe I got all 12 of the minifigures. But let's go ahead and walk through, and I'll give you a guide on how I determined which ones were which, and then we'll take a look and see if I got all 12. Let's get started. Here's our first bag, and we'll jump right into it. Here it feels like there's a little, that's a 1x2 stud, which most of these will have. Torso piece, legs. There is a smaller piece here by the legs. Now that's one of those little angle pieces so you can position them. This is the base plate. So here, I feel a great big piece here. Feels like a lizard or an alligator. So this should be Sylvie. And should have a hair piece in here. Yep, there's the hair piece. So that's Sylvie, this one right here. Lots of these are double bagged, as you can see, and here's that alligator piece that kind of gives this one away. Here is the sheet of the 12 minifigures here. So there is Sylvie. As you can see, the alligator is probably the easiest thing to feel for, but she's also got these swords and the hair piece. Here's our next bag, and we'll feel in here. Base plate. This feels like a very long piece, maybe some clip ends, so that's immediately pointing me towards the new Captain America here, which is, of course, the Falcon. But he should also have a shield, but I think that big long piece for his wings are dead giveaway, and that's right here. So just really quickly, I want to make sure that there's a shield in here, which I feel right there. So there's the shield. So this is going to be the new Captain America. So here is Captain America. I really love the printing on the wing pieces here. 4 of the characters have these shields, so that's not necessarily a distinguishing feature in these sets. Next bag here, let's go ahead and feel around. There's our jumper plate. Again, all of them will have that. Minifigure head. Feels like a torso. This right here feels like one of those power pieces, which I believe is unique to the Scarlet Witch. There's another one right here, it feels like. Yes. And then she has a very large hair piece, which I can feel right here. So let's go with the Scarlet Witch. Again, another bag inside of a bag, so they're double bagged. These are the pieces I was talking about feeling. This is the distinctive piece for the Scarlet Witch. So here we have the Scarlet Witch, and I really like this dark red color scheme she has, and this nice hair piece looks really good as well. Next figure here, feel a torso there, some legs, there's the base plate. This here feels like a book, which is pretty typical in the Harry Potter sets. So there's 2 studs there and flat on the back, and then a raised section in the back. So the only one I know of that has a book is the Vision. He's also got, feels like a 1x2 here. And it should have, here is the kind of computer screen or a transparent thing here. It's flat and then has kind of a bar on the bottom. So I'm going to go with the Vision for this one. As I mentioned, these are the two pieces that I was feeling for. He also has this 1x2. So here is the Vision, and definitely these pieces for this book, or in this case kind of a laptop, is what we're looking for. Here's our next bag. Let's see, you got legs here, torso right here. There's a relatively large hair piece, and then some small flat pieces here. There's the stand, and here we have what feels like a sword kind of piece right here, and then the lightsaber hilt type piece. So in that case, I'm going to go with Gamora. One of the few so far that hasn't had a interior bag with her. These, of course, these pieces are felt in every bag, so not an indication. So here is Gamora, and again, you're going to feel for these blades and perhaps this lightsaber hilt. Her hairpiece is also fairly distinctive. Next bag, we have down here, I feel a shield piece. So this is one of 4. So Falcon, or Captain America there, who was previously the Falcon. So, or it could be Captain Carter or Zombie Captain America. So there's those pieces. So the way we would tell for Captain America is the helmet, but I feel a 1x1 right here, which is indicative here of the 1x1s that come with Captain Carter. So I would feel again for a hair piece just to make sure. Since Zombie Captain America doesn't have a hairpiece, but Captain Carter does, and there's the hairpiece. So we're going to go with Captain Carter on this one. So here's the 1x1s I was talking about to represent the Tesseract. And then, of course, the hairpiece and the shield. So here we have Captain Carter. Again, you're looking for this 1x1. The shield obviously narrows it down to 4, but then this is what distinguishes Captain Carter along with the hairpiece. Feeling around in here. Feels like we have a 1x1. And the only one that I know of that has the 1x1 is Monica Rambeau, because it makes a drone. And you can also tell by this bar piece, which I feel down here. And then the wrench type piece, or robot arm type piece. And then there are some cheese wedges in here. So her being the only one that's got that, we're going to go with Monica Rambeau. Here's Monica Rambeau and that helicopter style drone here. This is definitely what you want to feel for. This little stud on the side, 1x1, and then the other pieces that go to the drone. Her hairpiece is fairly distinctive as well. Next bag, see here we have, oh, there's another shield piece right here. So with the only two we haven't gotten yet are the Winter Soldier and Zombie Captain America, if I felt these right in the store. So legs, here's a headpiece, and it feels like perhaps a helmet, or maybe a hairpiece, difficult to tell. If it's going to be the Winter Soldier, it will have the knives, which are both together, so there'd be two of them together on a screw. There'd be two of them together if there's the knives, and they are right here. So let's go ahead and go with the Winter Soldier on this one. And that's what I was talking about, was the knives here. That's what you're looking for. So here we have the Winter Soldier. Once again, the knife is what you're looking for, because the hairpiece, in my opinion, feels an awful lot like the helmet just because of the way it's designed. You may be able to distinguish that, though. Here's our next one. It feels like there's a secondary bag in here. And right away, I start feeling that string, which is the string with a bunch of little separators in it. It should have a stud on each end. There's a stud right here, so very quickly I can identify this as Spider-Man, which in this case is Zombie Hunter Spidey. And it is in fact Spidey. He's got the dual capes, much like Doctor Strange. And here we have Zombie Hunter Spidey with the kind of the dual cape here. He also comes with a Peter Parker headpiece and hairpiece. Next up, so right off I can feel a hairpiece here, I believe, or maybe a helmet here. Let's see. And here's the legs. There's a hairpiece and a helmet. So that to me points towards Star-Lord here, who is actually T'Challa Star-Lord. But the real distinguishing things in Star-Lord would be the blaster pistols, which are, where's one right here. You should be able to find two. So let's go with T'Challa Star-Lord in this case. Here is T'Challa Star-Lord, and like I said, the easiest is to feel for these two blasters here, the distinctive Star-Lord style blasters, but you also get a helmet and a hairpiece, so there's two that you can feel for. Down to our last two. So the only two remaining we have is Zombie Captain America and Loki. So let's take a look here. And nothing distinct there. Here's the torso piece. Right next to that, feels like this is a really odd shaped thing here. So it feels like there might be a head here. And that is that little frog figure. I think it's called a Throng. I believe that's what this is right here. Feels like there's a couple arms and a base maybe. Some feet, and probably a head here. You should also be able to feel a coffee cup in with Loki. No. Yeah, there's the coffee cup. So I believe this is Loki here. Like I said, this is the figure that you're feeling for. This little guy right here. So here is Loki and the Throng. If I've done anything right, this should be Zombie Captain America, so I want to be feeling for a shield, which is right here, and then a helmet piece. It's a headpiece. Here is the helmet, I believe. So hopefully I don't feel any of the other accessories. So I don't feel a 1x1 that Captain Carter would have. Certainly don't feel the big wing piece that we had with the other Captain America. And no knives. So I'm guessing we got this right, and this is Zombie Captain America. So here is Zombie Captain America. You see his shield's pretty beat up and scratched up. I like the light blue kind of coloring here for his skin. Uniform's all torn up. Pretty interesting figure. So here we have all 12 figures. I'm going to go ahead and do a detailed review of these soon. But I tried to point out all of the distinguishing features out there. And just take your time and you should be able to find all 12 of these relatively quickly. So I'm going to get started on my review for this series, and until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to see more of my content. I've left a link to my collectible minifigure reviews up here on the screen.